This tutorial explains how administrators at Adventist schools can set up grading terms for their school or schools. Grading terms define how grade data is organized in teacher gradebooks, as well as how it's submitted to data rollup. To set up grading terms in admin mode at a school, go to Schedule, Terms. You will see a set of terms which may have been preloaded or created by yourself or another user when the school was first accessed. It is vital that terms are entered correctly at the beginning of the year. Changing terms mid-year can cause changes in teachers' gradebooks. However, if later on in the year you simply need to change dates, for example, due to an extended weather event, they can be safely changed. We're going to start with how terms should be set up at pre-K through 8th grade schools. For pre-K through 8th grade schools, the terms should be set up as 4 quarters summing to a year total grade. Click any term, for example, first quarter, and you can see there are options which will pop out to the right. The description and the abbreviation should be first quarter or quarter 1. The type should be grading period dates. Here you have a start date and an end date for each quarter. You can add these as are reflected in the school calendar at the school. Click the Count As menu and set it to quarter. The term code field is optional and unnecessary for Adventist schools. Repeat the process for each quarter, adding the start and end dates. Please make sure that no start and end dates overlap, and also keep track of the year change. Once the 4 quarters have been set up, the final piece is adding the year total grade. Clicking this term, you will see the description is year total. The type for the year total grade is cumulative total of above. Once selected, you will not enter dates. You will simply set the Count As menu to all year. Once again, the term code is not necessary to be added. Finally, the Show on Transcripts menu should be set to year total. As you are going through the process to create terms, you may need to add or delete terms. To add a term, simply click any term, go to the bottom, select Add Term, and another term will be added below. Likewise, to delete any term, you can simply select it and then click Delete. If for some reason you have chosen to delete a term, whenever you are done on this screen, you may click Done. You'll be taken to this screen, which we sometimes call the big scary screen. It's really just a mapping screen to select the old terms which were selected and map them to the new terms. In this case, if you're doing this in the beginning of the year, you can choose a somewhat arbitrary quarter to map to the new quarter, since there will not be any gradebook data. However, if you're doing this at a later point in the year, please make sure to check our help guide or contact us at Jupiter Support for advice before proceeding. If you're doing this in the beginning of the year, simply click this box and then Save. Now we're going to switch for how high schools or academies should set up their terms. There are 2 options for high schools or academies to set up their terms. The first option you can see here. In this case, there are 2 quarters summing to the first semester grade, then a 3rd and 4th quarter summing to a 2nd semester grade, with the entire year summing to a year total grade. As seen before, simply click a quarter term to add the description, grading period dates type, and the start and end date and count as quarter. Repeat for the 1st and 2nd quarter, then go to the 1st semester, choose cumulative total of above, and count as semester. Likewise for the 3rd and 4th quarter, summing to the 2nd semester, and then once the 2 semesters are created, you can select a year total term, selecting cumulative total of above, and count as all year. The Show on Transcripts menus at high schools or academies should be set to first semester, second semester. Another option for high schools or academies is to simply have 2 semesters summing to a year total. In this case, you'll create a first semester term of the type grading period dates. You'll put in the start and end date and set it to count as semester. Repeating the process for the second semester. Then finally, below, you'll add a year total grade of the type cumulative total of above, set to count as all year. The Show on Transcripts menu should be set to first semester, second semester. For further assistance, please refer to the Jupiter Quick Start Guide, which is a Word document, your Conference Jupiter Specialist, or Jupiter Support, which can be reached at support@jupitered.com or by clicking Help on any screen in Jupiter.